Now, Queen Elizabeth, as we've heard this morning, has tested positive for COVID-19, sharpening concerns about the health of the world's longest reigning monarch. For more on this, we're joined this morning by royal commentator Dickie Arbiter. Dickie, thank you for your time this morning, or I should say this evening, your time. What has the Queen been doing recently? She appears to have been quite busy, still meeting with people.
Well, she has been busy. She was until over a week ago, a couple of weeks ago, actually, up at Sandringham, which she's always there for the anniversary of her accession. And she had a meeting, well, not a meeting, a sort of social gathering with the local Women's Institute, of which she's a member. She's been a member there for 43 years, since 1943. And she was in good spirit. She was very animated. Her smile lit up the room, and there were no outward signs. And she came back to London, and Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, was holding an investiture on her behalf on Tuesday week ago. And he met with her, albeit briefly, and shortly afterwards he was tested positive. So whether it came from there, we really don't know. More recently, 3 days ago, she had an audience with the ingoing and the outgoing Defence Services secretaries. Again, she was pretty animated. She did say, you know, I can't move. In other words, telling them to come forward. She had a stick. She wasn't using it. She wasn't leaning on it. It was there as a bit of a prop. And again, she was very animated. But you know, Buckingham Palace announced today that she's tested positive. So, you know, how she contracted this. It's interesting that quite a number of people at Windsor have also tested positive. So it's conceivable that this bubble that was created for the past 2 years has been penetrated.
What do we know about her symptoms or how badly she's feeling it?
Well, Buckingham Palace has played down, and I think they're being pretty honest. If she's got the Omicron variant, it's cold-like symptoms. It's very mild, and they've said that she'll carry on light work being, well, one of your reporters said she has a red folder. It's actually a red dispatch box, which is usually full of papers in the morning, and she'll probably go through that because only she can. There'll be correspondence. She might, if it's light duties, have audiences on Zoom or virtual video, but that remains to be seen. But she'll be okay doing light duties, but we won't see her meeting people just yet.
Dickie, this comes at a time when next week the Prime Minister Boris Johnson is expected to announce that people with COVID-19 in the UK won't need to isolate at all. Is there any suggestion, or are people calling for the COVID bubble, if you like, around the Queen to be tightened so this doesn't happen, or to protect her in future?
I think the COVID bubble will remain at Windsor Castle. Given her age, she is 95, she's going to be 96 in 2 months' time. And yes, people say, having seen her on television, that she does look frail, but then she is 95 and she's entitled to be. So I think the bubble will continue. But the fact that other members of the household or workers at Windsor have also tested positive is not a good sign, and they'll be very keen to isolate those people away from the central bubble, which is the Queen.
She does still meet with people, though. Are you surprised that she hasn't stepped back from those duties?
No, I'm not surprised. She's always believed duty is paramount. That was her mantra in 1947, in which she said, "I declare before you all service all the days of my life." And that's how she's been. She's not wavered from it. Duty is important. It's not about her, it's about the job, it's about doing the job, and it's about being seen to do the job. She's Queen not just of the UK, but also New Zealand, Australia, Canada, and a few other countries, but she's also head of the Commonwealth. And it wouldn't do for her to step back just because she's not feeling too good from what is expected of her. So she will continue to the best of her capability, and she's very sharp. Physically, she might be a little bit frail, but mentally, she's incredibly sharp. She misses nothing.
Royal commentator Dickie Arbiter. Dickie, thanks for joining us.